Jimmy Whistler, that number 28, the winner, the last race of the year at Willamette Speedway. That is I'm telling you guys, the engine underneath that hood is absolutely wicked. He looked pretty darn good in practice earlier. He was in the top 5 as far as lap times go. The guys on the track trying to get settled into their starting positions. Brian, I'm feeling a lot like you did last year, man. I've got this cold I've been fighting in the chest, and at least I got a little more voice than you had last year, but man, I feel like you did last year.
Yeah, last year I had no voice at all.
You had none. And I think by the end of the weekend, I'm probably going to be in that boat.
Yeah.
So we've got 4 cars on the track right now. We're under caution. I'm not sure what we're waiting on. Do we got any word over the radio?
I have not heard anything over the radio.
It almost looks like we're trying to pack the track up here. That cushion really starting to build up and then shake things up. Cars bouncing around. We're packing the track up in the top side of turns 3 and 4. Track officials on the track directing the cars where to go and pack that certain line. Things were getting a little dicey upstairs.
For some reason, my late models won't pull up, so I'll have to look over here at the...
Yeah, the late models who qualified, so their heat races weren't set up until qualifying went through.
This guy right here, Ethan Dotson on the track now, and the number 84G.
That would be why. Ethan Dotson just ran the last modified race, had to hop out of his car, hop into this one.
They were just on the radio talking about make sure that he's got his seat belts and everything good to go before he goes on the track. Everything must be good to go. He's pulled on the track. Lights are still yellow. I don't know if we're waiting on one more car to make it a 6. Well, there is 6. No, we'll wait for one more car to make it 6, so we'll find out. Because like I said, my computer listing's not popping up for the late models. Like Mike said, when they qualify, it's a whole different ball game. So maybe we're waiting for one more car.
Doesn't look like it because Doug Ryan's got that green flag in hand, getting ready to show the crew.
So a Lightfoot in the front and the back. Whistler on the outside of row number 1. Bartels.
No, you got Lightfoot.
No.
Lightfoot, 23. Oh, yeah, he dropped to the back.
It's Whistler on the front row.
Yeah.
Bartels in the 27.
Another fast car up in the front, huh? Yeah, you got Tyler Lightfoot in the 23 JR on the point. Then you got Whistler on the outside in the 28. Bartels in the 27 on the inside, row 2. Ethan Dotson in the 84G. Then you've got Mike Lightfoot in the 23 rounding out the field. Green flags in the air. And Whistler whistles out to the front. But here comes Ethan Dotson with the power, baby.
Ethan Dotson with a big move in the 84G. Now dives at the bottom. He's looking at the backside of the 28 of Whistler. Whistler leads lap number 1. Hang on, it's going to get wicked fast up front.
Ethan Dotson bouncing that car on that high side cushion. That time in his modified helped out in this heat race. This last heat race, I believe they did a little bit of last-minute adjustments on that car. Woo! Sliding.
Ethan Dotson nearly got up into the turn 2 wall. Here comes Bartels down low, getting by him for the number 2 spot. Side by side. Look at these guys diving in the corner.
And just think this is only a heat race, man.
It's unbelievable. Jimmy Whistler up front sets the pace. He is flying around Bakersfield Speedway. Can we get a lap time on the 28?
Next lap, I'll give you a lap time as he comes through. It's going to be Whistler's lap time.
Here comes Dotson on the bottom, makes a challenge to the lead. He takes it away from Whistler and drives away as Whistler had to collect the car. Got out of shape. It is all Ethan Dotson up front, jumps the cushion, right rear tire, way up in the tacky stuff.
13.558 was the last lap for Whistler.
13.159 last time around for Dotson. He is hauling the mail. Whistler slips to the number 3 spot. Bartels running second in the number 27. The defending champion of this race trying to catch Dotson, but Dotson stretching out the lead.
Does it again, 13.158 that last lap. Talk about consistency. White flag in the air for Ethan Dotson.
Dotson, Bartels, Whistler. Then it's Lightfoot and Lightfoot. Look at Ethan Dotson. He is attacking the Bakersfield Speedway like he's got something to prove. Final lap. your winner, Ethan Dotson. Nick Bartels runs second, Jimmy Whistler third. Then the 23 junior of Tyler Lightfoot and the 23 of Mike Lightfoot completes the running order. My goodness, the top 3 cars shooting it out like they were racing for the Budweiser National Feature victory.
None of us saw what was going to happen with Ethan Dotson.
Man.
I mean, as soon as he hit the high side of turn 1 and 2, the only thing that was going to stop him from going to the front was going to be a wall.
Ethan Dotson just showed you why you don't bet against him anytime he gets in any car. I mean, that was an impressive run.
13.158 was his fastest lap. He did that on lap 4, 5, and 6. All right, as we're looking at this one, inside row 1 scheduled to appear, the 18 machine of Devin Brown. On the outside, the 28G of Clark Guglielmoni. Inside row 2 is going to have the 75 of Rick Coffey. Then you got the 78S of Steve Stoltz. And rounding out the field, the 111 from Oregon, Joey Tanner.
Guglielmoni. Oh, there he is. Wow, this is going to be a good
normally
one,
you
too.
see Guglielmoni in a white car. Now he's
That's why I was looking for him. Like, what? Where's he at?
The gunmetal gray and maroon. Changed it up a little bit. This is going to be an interesting race.
This is going to be a very interesting race for one car in particular.
Yeah, well, we were watching cars like Stoltz, Coffey, and Brown having some issues during the qualifying. Then you got Tanner and Guglielmoni that were pretty consistent. So it's going to be very interesting to see the comers and goers in this race.
This will be an interesting one. I think it's going to be exciting to see what happens as some of these cars try to make their way from the back on this track that is, I mean, the track surface right now it's all about horsepower. It is all hooked up. You got some open motors out there. You've got the 2018 Willamette Speedway. Just got word from the pit area, the 84 of Ethan Dotson just disqualified for the last heat race. Got DQ'd.
Interesting to see why.
We'll try to get that out of the pit area. We've got our pit reporters down there. We've got a couple guys in the hot pit working that for us. Interesting to watch some open motors in this one. We got some open motors versus a 525 crate motor in the 111 of Joey Tanner. Tanner nearly won this race last year in the feature. He's got a brand new race car with a brand new engine. We'll see what he can do here.
He's kind of got that thing where it doesn't matter what I'm in, I'm going to win. He's had 13 wins in 3 different cars.
4 different cars this year.
Oh, you can hear him burp the throttle as he goes into 1 and 2.
75 of Coffey, your leader. Here comes Joey Tanner to the bottom with a big move to take the lead out of turn 4. As he slides by Coffey, he makes a statement to the field. Coffey out of shape up against the turn 1 wall at the end of the front straightaway. Caution is out here on lap number 1.
Not sure what happened with Coffey, but that car just turned right on him going into turn 1 and 2.
Well, it's a good thing he stopped where he did. He was right at the opening on the exit of turn 1. Track officials making sure he's all right. We're still trying to get word out of the pit area to find out why Ethan Dotson was DQ'd. What? Can anybody get a hold of Jerem and find out why? So we've got a word out of the pit area, the DQ. Failure to go to the tech for the 84 of Dotson. He did not pull the inside of the track. Didn't go to the scales after the heats like you are required to do. That is the reason for the DQ. We saw that a couple years ago with Mark Carroll out of Oregon after finishing third in the modified feature. Didn't go to the scales, and it cost him a big-time finish here at the Bud Nationals.
That's something unfortunate, especially for this race, because normally our tech pad's out behind turn number 2, behind the scoreboard over there.
Force of habit. He drives off the track. It happens sometimes. Unfortunate for Ethan Dotson, who had an impressive run in that 84 car.
Impressive's an understatement. That car was shot out of a cannon at the green flag, and he didn't lift until he saw the checkered.
Still under caution here at the Budweiser Nationals. Heat race number 2 for our super late models. 1 lap down, 7 to go. A little trouble for the number 75 of Coffee. He had a little incident down at the end of the front stretch wall. The car came to a sliding halt at the exit for the turn 1 to enter into the pit area. The car came to a stop. He's on the hook. They're taking him off the track up front. Your leader is the 111 of Joey Tanner out of Portland, Oregon. Tanner driving the X Factor VS1 house car, powered by a CT525 crate motor.
That's something you don't hear very often. All right now, on the point right now is going to be Joey Tanner. Then you've got Devin Brown in the 75 machine. Then you've got
Devin Brown's an 18.
It's got Steve Schultz up in the second spot. Then you've got, looks like Guglielmani in third, and then Devin Brown rounding out the field. Green flags in the air for Joey Tanner as he shoots off. Got a great restart there.
Joey Tanner's got that crate motor working very hard right now on this hooked up surface here at Bakersfield Speedway, flying around the track. Lap number 2 in the books. Joey Tanner has stretched out his lead by about 8-9 car lengths and continuing to pull away big time. Near full straightaway advantage after lap number 2. He'll cross the stripe this time as the leader of lap number 3. Guglielmani makes contact with the turn 3 wall, collects the car back on the throttle. Devin Brown tries to get by him. Guglielmani drives away from him through turns 1 and 2. Devin Brown going to fight back. The best race on the track, side by side at the back of the pack. Guglielmani and Brown in the 18. Joey Tanner almost a half a lap over the second place car. 4 laps down, 4 to go, just past the halfway point. Joey Tanner working the high side all the way around Bakersfield Speedway. He has got that 111 car working to near perfection. What do we have for a lap time, Mike?
I'll get you right now. We've got him on the clock as he's coming around. Turn 3 and 4, staying on the high side, driving it off. It's going to be 13.388 last lap. 13.388. Everybody else is 14.2 or higher.
Joey Tanner now pulling back on the reins as he takes the white flag, eases the car out of turn 4, down the front stretch, works the high side through turns 1 and 2. All kinds of hooked up. He is now at the back of the pack looking at the backside of the Guglielmani car. Checkered flag is out this time around. Joey Tanner picks up the win handily by exactly a half lap over the 78 of Stoltz. Third place is Devin Brown. Guglielmani sits in the number 4 spot. Third place, Devin Brown crossing the stripe right now, and Guglielmani at the stripe. In the number 4 spot, an impressive run. A big statement for the 111 of Joey Tanner, who just put a big target on his back, boys.
That wasn't a target. That was a ginormous flag in front of everybody going, I am here.
We talked about it on West Coast Wide Open, our weekly podcast, when Tony Tost and Jason Papich came up to the northwest of Joey's home track at Willamette Speedway and swept the weekend. I said they didn't light a campfire under him. They blew up a nuclear bomb, and I can tell you right now, Joey's looking for a little piece of redemption.
Oh, yeah. Joey, he was really calm and cool when we talked to him in the pits today. He was like, you know what? I know what I need to do. I'm focused on it. I'm going to do it. And what does he do? The first thing, he parks right next to the guys who took the championship.
He did. He's pitted right next to those guys.
I'm going to make sure that everything they do, I know about.